YouTube, man, what is going down, man? I am back at y'all boys again with another video, bruh. NBA Live 19 has been out for about maybe a week and a half when I'm recording this video. Almost hit that 2-week range, man. So I have been spending my time on this game. I've been trying to divide it equally in just about every mode except Ultimate Team. Look, I'm not into the Ultimate Team, not into the My Team thing. If you've been on the channel, you already know. So just about every other mode besides that though, I have definitely put time into it. I've tried to spend my time evenly in these modes so I can try to find out everything that this game does better than the last one. I want to see everything that they put in the game. So with all of that time that I put into this game, I've came up with 5 things that NBA Live 19 does better than NBA Live 18, man. So let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all know I don't like long intros, but before I start my part, man, I want y'all to do y'all part, man. And what I want y'all to do is y'all let me know 5 things that NBA Live 19 does better than 18. Now, it doesn't matter if you got the same list as mine. I just want to see everybody else's, man. But look, let's go ahead and get it, man. The number 1 thing that NBA Live 19 does better than 18 is customization. Customization in NBA Live 18 was extremely lacking. Y'all already know. If you was on my channel for the longest, you know I gave them no breaks when it came to the customization last year. Basically, the only thing that you could do was make your character, put some hair on him, change his facial hair, and that was basically it for customization in the beginning, at least. Later on down the road, they did open up the customization a bit and gave us roster editing, but to be honest, that still wasn't enough. The customization last year was extremely lacking. But this year, the customization has definitely taken a step in the right direction, thankfully, and it builds off some of the things they had last year. Like this year, they added more hairstyles into the game for you to customize your character. Roster editing has made its way back into the game, but the biggest step in customization is easily the customizable courts that we can now use for court battles, man. So now we can customize the court, put our own flair on it. It's really not too much on the court that you can't change yet. The only thing that you can't change is like the arena that you're in. You can't really put too much of a touch on that, but at the end of the day, the customization in this game is head and shoulders over the last one. Please don't get me wrong though, the customization is still not what I want it to be, because at the end of the day, I still can't craft my character's face how I want to. Either I'm making a face scan or I'm using a custom preset template. But on to number 2. Now for number 2, man, I actually kind of hinted towards it in the last one. I hope y'all was paying attention. Look, y'all see me kind of touch on the game modes, and that's exactly what NBA Live 19 does better than 18. Simply game modes. Now with NBA Live 18, if you was up to my channel, how many times did y'all hear me call something in that game bare bones? I mean, I call it the live run bare bones because at the end of the day, the 3v3 we were playing in one arena. Franchise mode was one of the ones that I used to pick on the most, and I said it was basically no reason to play that because you couldn't scout prospects, you couldn't trade draft picks, this and that. It was just so much that was missing. But at the end of the day, NBA Live 19 has corrected some of those flaws that was in 18, and it took a step for the better. Let's go to franchise mode, as I was just talking about. Now you can actually trade draft picks. Now you can view some of the prospects before you actually get into the draft. And then they even took a mode from 2K that I was hoping that they took. I just never said it. I was hoping that they take Trade Finder. Now, if you play NBA Live 19, Trade Finder is in the game. Even with a Pro-Am Streets mode, it's definitely more improved this year than it was last year. Last year, you would play those things, try to get some of the gear. This year, you get gear and players once you actually play in the streets. And also, there's more courts, and then there's more unique rules into this mode that makes you want to play it. The one is improved. Like, game modes as a whole this year is far superior than last year. Even online Play Now, like Play Now didn't have an invite system. This year, they improved that. Matter of fact, I didn't even mention they added a brand new mode into the game, court battles. But again, game modes is far superior in Live 18 compared to 19. On to number 3. Now for number 3, man, I have to go with presentation. Now last year, Live 18, it was a lot of things that game was lacking, but presentation was not one of them. I said last year I thought Live 18 presentation was better than 2K18's presentation. So how could they take a step up this year? Well, they actually did do that. Now, the jump is not really a major jump, but at the end of the day, the presentation is definitely better this year. One of my favorite things about Live 19 is the replay system when you play in the streets of Live Run, man. The Instagram Live kind of a replay system where it kind of like his cell phone footage, camera slightly shaking. We didn't even expect them to put that in the game, and at the end of the day, when it comes to presentation, the small things matter. While that's a small feature, it definitely does matter. And also, I want to put commentary in presentation because the commentary this year is definitely better than last year's commentary. Last year's commentary seemed so robotic. The conversations didn't flow like that, while this year it has improved. But even the player selection screen, when you're picking your players for court battles or live run, is so much better than how it looked last year. Like, the presentation this year, in my opinion, while it's not a major jump compared to last year, it's definitely better than it was last year. And on that note, man, let's go ahead and go to number 4. And for number 4, how could I have gone this long in this video without mentioning the movement? Number 4, I have to go with movement, because if you play Live 18, one of the biggest gripes about Live 18 was just the game just felt stiff. The movements looked stiff. The passing animations, dunking animations, all dribbling, everything looked stiff. The players move too robotic. But immediately, once you play Live 19, you can clearly see, for the most part, that stiffness and robotic movement has been cleared up. I mean, this one is probably the biggest jump from Live 18 to Live 19. Like, customization was a decent sized one, but movement, in my opinion, is not even close, bro. This year the movement is definitely better. The animations definitely look a lot more cleaner. While we still got a lot of them that I want them out of this game, I'm not gonna lie to you. But for the most part, I would be a liar if I tell you the movement this year is not way better than it was last year. And I think that's because of a few things. One, I think it's because of the real player motion that they were advertising heavy with this game, bro. We can see the movement in Madden is different because of real player motion, and you can definitely see the movement this year is different in NBA Live because of real player motion. And another thing, the reason why we don't see any more of that hunchback type of movement, hunchback type of running that made all of the characters look stiff, they got rid of an old skeletal system that they had for generations in their game. And so I'm glad that it's out. I'm glad that the movement this year is way better than last year. And for the 5th and final reason of the video, I gotta say this one more time. How could I have gone this long without mentioning how the game looks visually better than the game last year? If you don't believe me, please stay tuned to some of the videos that I have coming up. Matter of fact, I'll give you a quick tease. Here's Chris Paul last year versus this year. Look, one more. You want one more? Here's Clint Capella last year versus this year. Case closed, man. Look, that's my list. That's my 5. That's 5 ways that NBA Live has improved. That's 5 things that NBA Live 19 does better than 18. I can't wait to see y'all 5, man. Make sure that y'all leave that down below in the comment section. But that's all I got for y'all boys, man. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit them notifications so you can join the gang, and